Mother. Mother is back. Lana del Rey dropped a new song. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? And I want to talk about it. I feel that this song is a sequel to Blue Banisters. There's a very good video by Summer Sentiment, who spends an hour and a half talking about Blue Banisters. So if you want to know what Blue Banisters is about, go check that out. To summarize, she is leaning on her support system, leaning on her sisters to come and support her when she goes through heartbreak. While doing so, appreciating that a lot of them may have the things that she wants. She talks about this person in Blue Banisters promising her a family, and then talks about someone else having a baby on the way. We have Lana now, and did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Being like, okay, they all have it, I'm fine, but I want it, and when's it gonna be my turn? So, let's dive into the song line by line. Verse 1. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall. I can't help but feel somewhat like my body marred my soul. Handmade beauty sealed up by two man-made walls. We open up the song with Lana posing a question. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? This tunnel is actually... let me pull up my facts. I think that this tunnel is Jurgen's Tunnel, and it was a tunnel that existed in the 60s under Ocean Boulevard in Long Beach, California. There's another tunnel that people think it is, but Lana's very California, so I think it's this one. The other one's in the East Coast, I think. I don't know, something like that. This tunnel was closed to the public in 1967, and 50 years later, Lana's talking about it. And she's aware that a lot of people don't know about this tunnel. The tunnel is a metaphor for her. In this first verse, we get a lot of beautiful imagery of how she's comparing herself to the tunnel. I love the diction of mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall, because mosaic is a picture or pattern produced by arranging together small colored pieces of hand material, such as stone, tile, or glass. A lot of people use mosaic for like a metaphor for life or their personality. So you are made up of all of the pieces of the people that came before you. I love this. I love this concept. If there's someone you spend a lot of time with, you may start to talk like them. Regina Spektor has a really good lyric where she talks about, it's called Space-Time Fairy Tale. She talks about waking up in her bed, making a face that the person she's thinking about used to make. Lana is seeing herself as a mosaic, this beautifully detailed, complex person. And then she says, I can't help but feel somewhat like my body marred my soul. It makes me think of the difference between body and soul, and there's all sorts of different beliefs about this. I think of the soul as something immaterial, and the body as everything that is not real or fleeting. And the body is... What do I think? I'm confused. I don't actually know. I'm interpreting it as the way that you live your life contributing to your spirit feeling diminished or smaller, or feeling less connected to your spirit. And this may be because of emotional abuse or substance abuse, for whatever reason. The physical world, materialness, has diminished her spirit. And then she says, homemade beauty sealed up by two man-made walls. Her beauty is something that she's cultivated. I don't think it's necessarily physical beauty. I think going off the last line, talking about soul, it's a beauty She has through her life experiences and friends, she has cultivated a beautiful soul, but it's been sealed up. So this tunnel was sealed up in 1967. I wonder why it was sealed up. Can I figure that out? I'm gonna look it up. I'm here to figure out why did this tunnel close? Waiting to be restored or sealed forever. A long forgotten Art Deco. She's so Art Deco. Pedestrian tunnel lies underneath Ocean Boulevard at Pine Avenue. Through the cracks of its boarded entrance, a sea breeze sways the remnants of banners that once hung over an international arcade. So fun! It was built in 1927. During its glory years between 1934 and 1939, the tunnel housed booths that sold 50-cent bottles of orange blossom perfume, hand-woven clothes, old-fashioned candy. Old-fashioned in 1934? What does that mean? Like 1870s candy? What is that? What does it mean? Molasses? Is it like just like a cube of sugar? I don't know. I hope through the power of this album, this tunnel is finally restored. Sounds beautiful. Just like Lana del Rey. But as is the way with big city infrastructure, some poor decisions were made vis-a-vis preservation, and around 1967 the tunnel was closed. It's vague why it was closed. Okay, sealed up. That's why, sealed up. Sealed up by two man-made walls. Okay. Man, you could interpret it as her beauty, her internal world, her tunnel has been sealed off by man-made walls. Like, the consequence of those relationships is her being sealed off. We're in the chorus now. When's it gonna be my turn? When's it gonna be my turn? Open me up. Tell me you like it. Buck me to death. Love me until I love myself. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. When's it gonna be my turn? It made me think of Blue Banisters right away. Everyone else has these, they're running around, the kids, the dogs, they're having such a good time. I'm happy for them, but when's it gonna be my turn? I also want this. Open me up is like emotionally open me up, like get me to open up, but just like the tunnel, it's been sealed off. She needs to be opened up. The tunnel needs to be opened up. Tell me you like it. I don't know, what can I say about that diction? I just like how it feels. It's like, tell me you like me. Tell me you like it. Tell me I'm worth opening up. The effort of opening up. Fuck me to death. Oh, fuck me to death. Fuck me to death, love me until I love myself. I think about desperation and intensity. So you want so badly to get to this point where you do love yourself. And you think that to get there, it's through somebody else. And in order to be loved by someone else, a lot of the time, you believe it has to be by also having relations with someone else, physical relations. I really want to love myself right now, so therefore I really want you to love me right now, so I really want you to fuck me right now. So it's just like, okay, so like fuck me to death, like we're gonna do this. And then to repeat, there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. It's like, know that there's depth. Know that there's something that you are forgetting. Verse 2. There's a girl who sings Hotel California, not because she loves the notes or sounds that sound like Florida. It's because she's in a world preserved, only a few have found the door. It's like Camarillo, only silver mirrors running down the corridor. This girl singing Hotel California, I don't think it really matters if it's her or some other person. Hotel California is a song by the Eagles. And what that song is really about is escaping superficiality. I think the last line is, you can get out anytime you want, but you can never leave. She's saying that the singer of Hotel California, the person covering it, is relating to it because she feels that her world is also blocked off, like the tunnel. We see a pattern here. Only a few have found the door. Not everybody has the tools, not everybody has the capacity to appreciate her internal world. Not everybody can find the door. Not everybody can tell her that they like her in the way that she needs to be told. And so she feels beautiful, but isolated and inaccessible. And then she says it's like Camarillo. Camarillo, as far as I know, is a city in California that's really beautiful, but also kind of isolated. And I think there's a mental hospital there. So for me, mentioning Camarillo is just, giving the song more of a California feel, as Lana loves to do, and putting some, giving a feeling of neuroticism, which we love. And then when she says, only silver mirrors running down the corridor, I'm honestly not sure about this. To me, I think of like a hall of mirrors, like a fun home, and thinking about Hotel California, where that song also kind of feels like you're like stuck in a fun home. It's just kind of adding an intensity of discombobulation and disconcertedness and bubbling up to our next chorus. When's it gonna be my turn? Again. And here, okay, we've gotten to it. She says, tell me you like me, as opposed to tell me you like it. What does it mean? I mean, it's the difference between saying that you love being in love versus loving another person. I think that there are people that love other people, but what they're actually loving is their interpretation of the other person, and they completely believe that their interpretation of another person is another person. So I love you. Do you love me, or do you love who you think I am? There's a Mitski lyric, last words of a shooting star, where she says, and you'd say you love me and look in my eyes, but I know through mine you are looking at yours. You are trying to see me, but you're just seeing yourself. So I believe the change from tell me you like it, tell me you like me, is saying, can you really try to understand who I am, what I am, instead of just this concept of love or this concept of me. Okay, verse 3. Harry Nelson has a song. His voice breaks at 2:05. Something about the way he says, don't forget me, makes me feel like I just wish I had a friend like him, someone to get me by. Lennon in the back, whispering in my ear, come on baby, you can thrive. But I can't. She's comparing herself to, let me get this out of the shot. She's comparing herself to Harry Nelson. This verse serves to add another dimension to the desperation that she feels about being sealed off and forgotten. Just in the way that Harry Nelson's voice breaks when he's talking about don't forget me, she's talking about it because she relates to it and how she feels like she may be breaking. When she says, I wish I had a friend like him, someone to get me by. Lennon in the back, John Lennon, whispering, come on baby, you can thrive. So John Lennon produced the Harry Nelson song. So I think maybe she's imagining that as Lennon was recording Harry Nelson and producing him, he was like keeping him going and supporting him. And that's really beautiful because while Lana was recording this, she had someone probably supporting her. Jack Antonoff, someone else, who knows. I'm seeing another example of her wanting a lover or a friend to support her, to be there for her, to make her feel like she can thrive, because she says, but I can't. And she says that T so hard. She says, but I can. She's like, right now, I really don't feel like I can. I love that she's talking about this because no matter what level of success, sometimes you still just don't feel like you can fly, like you can thrive. And talking about wanting the validation, wanting the help, it's so important, because I know personally, are we getting personal? Sure, why not? I had spent a lot of time stuck on the concept that I am my own savior and I will take care of myself and I don't need anyone. And that's fantastic. And you really can show up for yourself. It's really important to do that. But at a certain point, I believe that we're all social creatures and that we really need each other. To accept that we need each other and that we need validation from each other and help from each other is a key in really living life in the, I don't want to say best, but in a beautiful way. And yes, needing someone, wanting to use someone for your own peace of mind has its limits and can get to a really bad place, but I think that it's okay to want it and to need it. And someone as beautiful and great as Lana saying she has this need too is very validating. And then at the end we have this repetition, don't forget me, don't forget me. Don't you forget me. Backup singers, everyone's coming in, everyone's agreeing with her, everyone's like, yes, we're all feeling this. Okay, I guess this is the conclusion. The song is acknowledging the need for connection and how vulnerable it is to vocalize that need. I think a lot of people would call the stuff she's saying desperate or cringy or embarrassing, to admit this fear of being forgotten, this fear of always being sealed off and never being found or connected to. And I love it because through this song, it's like, it's empowering. And squeaky wheel gets the grease, like, say you want something, then you'll get it. You know, she's not saying, can you please not forget me? She's saying, don't forget me. It is a command, it's a mandate. And even if she doesn't get what she thinks that she wants, she still said it. And I love that. I'm really curious about where we'll go from here on the album. Thank you for watching. What song do you want me to talk about next? Please subscribe. I'm so happy I made this video.